fellow Toastmasters, no guest except for the lovely daughter of Rose, I have a story for you tonight. It's from a folktale. And for those of you who don't know, a folktale is passed down by word of mouth. It grows bigger and bigger as it gets passed along. So tonight, this story is especially for this Toastmaster adult audience who wants to hear a story. Once upon a time, there was a baron. The baron was very wealthy. He was very rich. He was very handsome. And he owned land as far as the eye could see. Now this baron was married to a baroness. She was lovely, just beautiful. Long, glowing black hair, rosy cheeks, cute, pert nose, and she was in love with the baron. The baron was a very, very jealous man, and he told his lovely wife, the baron, "I am the baron, and I am the king of this castle. While I am out looking at my property and the territory, my district, you, lovely baroness, my wife, do not leave the castle, or I will punish you severely." And the baroness, she was like, "Oh, of course, my darling husband, I would never, ever disobey you, for I love you too much." Well, as soon as that baron strode out, the baroness, she crept, and she tiptoed, and she slowly thought about leaving the castle. However, she did not. She waited, and she waited, and she waited for the baron to return. And he did. And she fell into his arms because they loved one another. This went on for quite some time. The baron would go out, survey his land, look at his district, far and wide, and leave the baroness at home. The baroness waited and waited and waited and waited. And one day, she looked out of that castle window and she thought, "Oh, should I?" And she did. She crept and she snuck right out of that castle. And there was a moat, and there was grass, and there was woods, and she was frolicking, having a wonderful time, and she saw another castle, not as grand as her own. It was up on a hill, and there was a drawbridge. And there were boatmen at each end. So she figured, why not? She went to the bridge, asked the boatmen to open it for her, and they did, and she crossed it to the other side. And there was the castle. She walked up the hill to the castle, and she fell into the arms of another man. I told you this was an adult story. It got to be very late, and the baroness began to feel very guilty, and she decided to go home. So she ran to the bridge. The drawbridge was up, and the boatmen were gone. Except there was one who came around the corner, and she was, "Mr. Boatman, please, please, take me in a boat across the moat. I need to get back to my castle." The boatman said, "I'm sorry, unless you have 5 marks, I'm not taking you anywhere." She pleaded, she begged, "Please, Mr. Boatman, I left all my money at home. The baron will kill me if you do not let me cross." He said, "I'm sorry, 5 marks or no boat ride." So she ran to a friend's house. Friend, please help me. I need to get back. I need to get back to the boat, to the castle, to my husband. The friend said, I'm sorry. I'm just your friend. I owe you nothing more. What was she to do? She paced, she ran, she screamed, and she decided, I'm going to swim the moat, the river. And she drove in, and there was a madman. And he killed her. She's dead. So, fellow guests, the moral of the story is, never leave a husband who loves you. And also, if someone asks you to stay in the house and not leave or you will be punished, then you may just be punished by losing your life. This story is used in conflict resolution and team building, and you were supposed to guess who was the most at fault. Was it the Baron? Was it the Baroness? Was it the boatman? Was it the crazy man? And there is no right or wrong answer. The solution is communication and dialogue. Here we are today, and the Baron, the spouse, the wife, wants to leave the house. And the Baron, the husband, says, do not leave the house, or I will punish you severely. And the wife says, excuse me? Are you talking to me? Because you are not the boss of me. And this castle, by the way, it needs to be cleaned up. And the Baron, he says, yes, dear. And that is the end of the story.